And my dependable partner on the show is back. How are you?
That's like an advert.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't take time off. It was work.
Yeah, I know. Took time off to go do work. You should have allowed me to conclude.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay, well.
How was your
have
weekend?
You been though? My weekend's been okay. Relaxing.
I've been okay.
Yeah? We thank God.
All right.
So good morning to everyone. And let's do the newspapers now, yeah?
Okay, so we have to start with the Daily Graphic. Can you start for us?
I can, sure. Daily Graphic newspaper front page. We will take control of our assets. Green Street declares at CPP manifesto launch. Suba Info Solutions wins contracts in Sierra Leone. Congratulations to them. Adenuga wins top Ghanaian award. President John Mahama congratulating Dr. Michael Adenuga Jr. on the award there. And Ghana moves up ease of doing business index. That story on page 16. Back page of the Daily Graphic, data on household for Upper West ready in November. That's the big story on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Perhaps I can open to page 16. Let's do a bit of this index thing about doing business in Ghana. And the story says that Ghana has moved an impressive 13 places up on the trading across borders in the latest World Bank Ease of Doing Business report, an indication that the Ghana National Single Window Program initiated by the government is already paying off. So the Doing Business 2017 report titled Equal Opportunity for All, released last week, showed that Ghana was placed at position 108 out of 190 countries surveyed in the overall ranking of ease of doing business, an improvement from 111 in the previous report. There's a lot more when you read that story in the Graphic newspaper, Roland.
Okay, so we have on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, GFA crippled, ministry to handle all cash. Page 32 is where the story is. National awards for Adenuga, 32 others, where Suba wins gateway monitoring contract in Sierra Leone, government to promote learning of French, CPP launches manifesto. Those are the stories. But let's go to page 16, 17. It says Ghana's information technology giant Suba Info Solutions Ghana Limited has been awarded the International Gateway Monitoring System contract by the Telecommunications Commission of Sierra Leone. As we say, congratulations to them. They were just the only West African company among the foreign companies that bid it. Among 12 of them were told on the list. You have the finder.
Yes, I do. Front page of the finder, resort to dialogue. CDD tells EC as it faces NDP and PNC in court tomorrow. No president can execute vision within 4 years. President Mahama saying there. Meet Adwoa Safo, Member of Parliament for Dom Kwabenya. And I guess this is a feature, so you can take a look at who the NP for, we say Dominic Kwabenya, but apparently it's Dom Kwabenya. So go out in your numbers to vote out NDC. Nanado saying there, you can read all the party activities that happened over the weekend, particularly yesterday, in the Finder newspaper as well. That's it, Roland.
We have front page of the Daily Guide, has a story. AGI whips over collapsing company. Suba wins big contract in Sierra Leone. Global picks award. By the main story, Nana Heta Kratema with huge crowd after Volta push, and we know that it was the launch of the Greater Accra campaign of the MPP at the Tredase Park in Tema. It was big. I mean, the whole of Tema was full of traffic yesterday. We'll look at the campaign trail also on the show, so please make sure that you join us then as we call our various regional correspondents and then some political parties. But you should also know the CPP, they've launched their manifesto, and so we're going to have a deputy communications director of the party in the studio to tell us a lot more about what the content of the manifesto of the CPP is.
Let's do the Daily Dispatch newspaper front page. Joy FM exposes NPP, NHIS is fully functional. And I guess bits and pieces of some fact check done by Joy FM is what is contained in this report. You can take time and read it. There's also a focus on the use of small arms in Ghana in the paper today. Really, that's it for the Daily Dispatch.
We are front page of the Business and Financial Times. Election blues trouble investors as fiscal deficit increases by some 89%. GT Bank wins double in Banker Africa West Africa Awards. Sierra Leone offers Suba Gateway contract. We have local dollar bond defended. And those are the stories we have on the front page. Back page, Dangote still dominating after that very press conference. It says Dangote Cement denies competitors' allegations. Mohammed Rural Bank records impressive growth. And Mohammed Rural Bank is located in Osino in the Fantiakwa district of the Eastern region. It posted, according to what the report says, a remarkable profit. It's very sure about cement, the pricing and the competitive, etc. What do you think, Mama V? I think we need prices to be coming down. We don't need anybody monopolizing.
Yeah, we do, but when people think that others don't have the same opportunities or others have an advantage, then of course they need to voice it out.
Well, true.
And there has to be some serious investigations. People must also tell the truth, particularly people in government institutions. They must tell it as it is.
So that whether they're favoring a company against the local entity.
It shouldn't be the company who's alleged to be doing certain things coming to deny it. We need our own institutions to also speak up.
I think that's a great point there.
Let's do the Daily Statesman newspaper. Ghana's gas for $2 billion Chinese loan. NDC big lies exposed as government's own document confirms NPP's fears. That's the big headline on the front page of the paper. Also, NPP tells Mahama, accept defeat, don't follow Gbagbo as more people adopt a polling station. Also, Ekufuado, NPP will not abandon any uncompleted NDC projects. A woman too can be discerning, intelligent, Samira replies Mahama. NDC is more committed to corruption than development, attributed to Dr. Bawumia. Some sports story on the back page. A hat-trick and a missed penalty for Ronaldo in Madrid win. That's it for the Daily Statesman newspaper. Roll.
All right, so we have the various online portals. We would want to
listen to Financial Times.
We have done.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we go to Major Online, Mawavi.
Kwemo Traditional Council condemns comments against Ekufuado by acting president. Moving on. Ivory Coast powering Africa's fastest growing economy. Okay. Saudi's foiled plot to bomb Football World Cup qualifier. So Saudi Arabia says it has thwarted a plan to bomb an international football match in the western city of Jeddah. We see you, but we see incompetence and corruption. Samira Jabs, NDC. So, was it in Damongo or somewhere like that in the north where the president did not mention her name, but what he said, because it was Samira who had said something differently about the same area, it was as if he was responding directly to her. It looks like there's a Mahama Samira kind of beef ongoing. Let's move on though. John Mahama, thank you for serving, but goodbye, Ekufuado. Okay, so thank you for serving, but goodbye.
And that was at a rally on the Chidase Park.
Yeah. I am alive. Chewa dismisses death rumors, and shame on to all those people who write such fake stories and attribute it sometimes to Peace FM Online, sometimes to Adom Online. And you should see it when it's not real, because they don't use, we get a bit confused. So you see that Peace FM Online, for instance, they will use the caps, all caps, and then Adom Online as well.
That is if you're reading on social media.
Yeah. But they make it, and it's intentional. They bring either Peace FM or Adom FM Online or Adom Online to make you think and believe that the stories are true. Because if they give it another weird website, you know straight away that this is not a true story. But I think it's wrong for somebody to even imagine and write that somebody had passed when the person is alive. I mean, shame on to all those who do such stories.
The internet is flooded with a lot of such spoof or spam websites.
Yeah.
Screwlife.com.
See, but you know that Screwlife is not real. You know.
Now we know.
Yeah, now we know. So if they did, but even that, I'm thinking that it would be too much for you to do such a story on a spoof website that somebody's dead. You know, you can fake anything, but not somebody's death.
Yeah.
So President Mahama confers national awards on 35 personalities. You can click on the story and read all the details. Also, Prince Harry is secretly dating suit star. And, well, I read this. I mean, some piece of gossip
Suits.
there.
Is it a soap or a reality TV?
No, it's a series.
Okay.
It's a series. It's a law, like legal kind
stuff.
of
All right.
stuff. So this lady is in it, and apparently she's been in it since 2011.
Okay.
It's
And she's been
being
dated
shot
by the
in
prince.
Canada. So yeah, by the prince.
Nothing wrong, I think.
And
Prince not
they-
worrying about
they probably
enjoyment.
They say she's American though,
Yeah.
but she lives in Canada because of where the series is shot. And he met her there apparently, but she's cute. She's such a nice person. Okay, well, I can't say she's a nice person. She's a nice lady on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's low key.
Yeah, she always got to be low key with the
But
royals.
people are even connecting because of something that she did. You know, now that like the news is out there, people are tracing some of the things that she posted. So, for instance, she went to the palace. How did they call the palace again? Buckingham Palace. She took a shots of herself and posted. So people are saying, okay, so back this time she went to the palace. Okay, this time she was in London. Okay, you know, so people are now connecting.
Trying to
Exactly.
link, because they are not coincidental, are they? Okay. So we have City FM, Amavi.
Allow candidates to correct nomination form errors. Martin Amidu to EC. And Charlie, Electoral Commission, this legal thing won't help. How many days do we have to election? Is it 37, I think?
Now we have 36 today.
EC boss should have resigned over nomination errors. Oh,
36,
also
okay.
attributed to Martin Amidu. Well, hello, Mr. Martin Amidu. Good morning. This is Ghana. The last time I checked, we don't resign like that. Dairy to petition IGP, Bank of Ghana, to investigate ANAS. Also, court case hampered our campaign. Indom seem to be saying, but I think this also can be looked at in a more positive way.
You
Roland.
give them a lot more publicity.
Exactly. And you know, like
Talk
it's
about
like
crisis.
victory. It's like everybody's now
Yeah.
mentioning it.
I think rather they have to use the momentum of
yeah,
it to
they have to
to
build
rally,
on it.
yeah.
Don't let it die down. NDC NPP launch campaign in Tema.
and the photos are there. Can we click on that at least? Watch the photos, since we don't have it in the news this morning.
I mean, is it like, was it planned? They both knew.
MPP was launching their regional campaign, Accra regional campaign. Of course, it was launched in the constituency of Natoshi,
Okay.
or kind of. And they had all the MPs and everybody there. And so, but NDC,
And
they were launching
A.B. Bright was-
a constituency campaign.
Ah, so this was constituency and this was
It was
regional. Okay.
But both massively attended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, Charlie. I don't even know how I feel about the elections anymore.
You don't know what you feel?
I don't know how I don't know how I feel. I don't know.
You can't think far.
I can think madness.
Operation Win Greater Accra. You can see the
Yes,
thing
Semo.
there.
Okay.
I seem to love the enthusiasm in the run-up to it, but if I look at my experiences back, because I've covered elections from 2000, 2000, I don't see the enthusiasm as in the overall enthusiasm of every demographic in our population.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of people know who to vote for, but you don't see some segment of the population being so enthusiastic.
Is it
about
the undecided, you would say? The
I-
people who
I-
are not really colored.
Yeah, party people.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I think that for all the things that we're talking about, and we say the middle class and so-called working people or formal
Yeah.
people will be voting and say, there still seem to be that non-enthusiasm about that very segment of the population.
But that
Kind of.
that segment also, usually people or even the political parties themselves do very little to please them because
Yeah, and they are the very people who are so much abhorred with sometimes some of the things that go on as far
Yeah.
as party politics are concerned.
I think that
So
the
I don't know whether
parties are
I don't know
beginning
whether
to
we can
sideline.
classify those people as say undecided, or they are decided by they're just waiting.
No, they are decided. They're decided. It's either some people have said, which is very sad though, that they will not vote at all. Because you know there are some people who think, oh, NDC and PP, they are the same. Why do I bother to go and queue?
But I think that will encourage everybody to go and vote.
Exactly.
Because if you don't vote,
other people who also would want to vote on issues, and they can't follow the conversation because it's like, okay, politicians, I can't even trust them. So I've made up my mind, but I'm not excited about what's going on. I would go out there and go and vote on December 7th.
I think also they should look out for the issues and try to see which of the parties are offering better.
Yeah.
They have better offerings than the other. Then you can decide.
I tell you what I've decided.
The problem is about whether you can hold the parties responsible for the promises they make when they get into power. Because
now you can.
No, you can't until it's the last year of the election.
Yeah. No, I get it, but it looks like we're getting somewhere with parties taking responsibility. Because you see now, wherever you appear, apart from the journalist sitting in front of you and asking the questions, there are people who are also on their WhatsApp saying, Mama V. Rowland asked the minister. He said this, but they haven't done it. In perspective,
that's very
true.
So
in a way, there are people who are also, and if you want to be, if you have integrity, you want to uphold that integrity as an individual who is a minister or who is holding some kind of position, you begin to account to people who.
But I understand it's a very close election. I mean, we shouldn't deny the fact.
You know, and people didn't realize this was going to be this close.
It's a very close election.
Charlie.
So, okay, so let's go to the Africa page of the BBC, Mama V.
Oh, yeah. We do still have that. So protest over Morocco fish seller death. Thousands of Moroccans protest after a fish seller was crushed to death in a refuse lorry trying to retrieve fish seized by police. I'm not on top of this issue, but...
a fish seller was crushed to death because the refuse lorry, I think they had gone to seize the fish. And so he was trying to take the fish.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. But we have other stories.
So 25 people have died in clashes in the past 2 days in the Central African Republic. That's according to the United Nations. Nigeria rickshaw bombs kill 7. 2 suicide bombers kill at least 7 people in the Nigerian city of Maiduguri. That's according to officials. Kenya bans clipboards to stop exam cheats. Nigeria Army releases child suspects. Boy who became, is it a meme, Roland? Raises thousands. This story has it got anything to do with Ghana? I am beginning to think. UN says 1.5 million face hunger in Madagascar. This story really trending.
It's got to do with Ghana, I believe. There's a picture.
Yeah, of that little boy. Okay, so if you have time, you can click on the stories and then read details of that. There are some sports stories here as well. Okay, so that will be it, Roland, unless there's anything that you want to share.
Nothing unusual. And so that'll be it for the various newspaper headlines and looking at the online portal. We have to go do sports. Interesting stories from over the weekend in football, Grand Prix, etc. I don't know whether today there'll be Grand Prix though. We hardly showcase that. We hope Benedict will.
Yeah. Well, you are the old schools reunion though. I mean, we met in the morning on Saturday.
The school's reunion.
Yeah. Old school's reunion.
They don't say old school again.
We say old school.
No, it's school's reunion. You've been out of town. You're working a lot.
Oh, so school's reunion.
Yeah, we removed the old.
Okay, but you were still not there.
Me, I followed. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was a good time over the weekend. So we met Alexis Bill and everybody and yourself. We had good pictures. We'll show you some of the pictures though. Great pictures. I don't know whether it's possible. I have them on WhatsApp. I sent them to you just right now.
Yeah, we can show just a few.
Yeah, it was the marriage ceremony of our own Michaela Anderson to Philip Nye.
Why did you say our own Michaela Anderson and our own Philip Nye too?
Yeah,
hello?
but I meant the two. You wanted me to say our owns. I meant the two. They're still our own.
Yeah, we want to say congratulations to Michaela Richter Anderson.
Yeah, Richter.
And Philip Onukpanai. Congratulations to you guys.
Filippo.
Enjoy your marriage.
All right, please enjoy it. I know I've been teasing Michaela since Saturday that she's going to have a fruitful Christmas.
Yeah, she will have a fruitful Christmas.